I want to introduce Gaia. Okay. I want to introduce Gaia. Pull this up. Hey, girl. It's good to see you. Your hair looks fabulous. Yeah.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Gaia.
I think you're still muted, babe.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you for joining us. Hello.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Absolutely.
glad I could step in.
So you've been traveling all the past couple months. Where have you been?
I traveled a lot mostly in October, but yeah.
Yeah, I loved watching it. All over Italy. Where else did you go?
I was in Switzerland, visiting a friend and looking at some art for clients. And then I was mostly in Italy.
Yeah.
Spent a day in Slovenia. It was really cool.
Looked absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm glad to have you here. Thank you. So Gaia, have I prepped you with any questions or anything?
Nope.
Always fun, isn't it?
I'm not.
Well, let's see what we can dig up today.
Let's see what you can, catch me off guard with. And then, so Italy, and then of course I went to High Point with a whole group of my bakery crew.
Oh, that was so sad to miss it. That's fun.
I know we missed you. We did miss you. It would have been fun to have you there.
I will probably be there in the spring.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, just working on that. Life just was busy in the fall.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the bakery.
Yeah.
You're done.
I'm done. I think I was done in the end of March or April. Yeah.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long. Yeah.
Lordy. Well, what does life look like now compared to this time last year?
Compared to this time last year is a massive with regards to my business is night and day.
How?
Just a complete overhaul. I had a full pipeline of clients all year. I did, I'm still working on, a whole variety of clients. I was mostly high-end clients too, or, mid to high-end, I would say. I set a lofty goal for my first year's revenue and I've almost tripled it.
No shit. That's awesome. That is awesome. So how long had you been in business before the bakery?
So I had, basically not really, because so December will be 2 years that I physically opened an LLC, let's say, okay, so really kicked off the business. But then it was like a slow start. And then, as you know, and to share with everybody, I was pretty badly injured and bedridden and that's when I discovered the bakery. I had to be in bed and I couldn't walk or anything. And so that's when I discovered the bakery. And that's when, in a couple of days I signed on. And so basically because of that, I lost a good 6 months, let's say. So I actually, it turned out to be very serendipitous and very good that it happened that way, because I was able to focus entirely on the back end of my business and getting ready for it. So in a sense, 2021 was almost a wash. And by December of 2021, the first client started rolling in. Right. And I was ready.
That's awesome. Yeah. So did you look at any other programs? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
No. No, I think I might have, as I was looking around, I might have come across Nancy's stuff. Different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Different. Super nice woman. Different though.
Yeah, different. But this is what spoke to me. This is what seemed really comprehensive and really what I needed. And then I heard a couple of other gals talk about things. They came on during your sessions to talk about their experience.
And now here you are.
And I really, and it was with one of them, and she's a very real person. She's a friend now. We were in High Point together. We've seen each other multiple times, which was Courtney. And her experience really spoke to me too. And that's when I was like, I had done, the 5 days of Launchpad. And that's when it really started to speak to me, and I could see the value in it.
Oh, yeah. We got another question is, did you start getting clients because you already had a pipeline, or did this help? Did the bakery help you with generating clients?
So I think that the first couple of clients were, and I think it happens to a lot of people, like friends that, and so they came on kind of like that. But I'm trying to think now, how did they come through? But then people just start talking. I think what happens is that it's kind of like the build it and they will come idea. Build it and they will come. And I'm literally like, I'm still doing that, because as of right now, I've wrapped a bunch of my stuff this year. So I have just a tiny bit of one client left. I'm just waiting for some last things to come in, and I've started with a new one. And once this new one is done, my pipeline is not full. Unless this new one is going to be building a very large home and they've talked to me about it. If that were to come in, okay, I'm like good to go. But if it weren't immediately, I'm sitting here staring into January, February saying, what's next? But I know that I will continue to build it, and they will come in a way I'm saying, well, it's okay. If I have to slow down, guess what? I might be able to finally start doing my own kitchen. I might be able to finally get to the things that I have been way too in the weeds for, like, getting my website in top shape and photography and all the things. So,
right. But you're not worried.
Continue, like, build it and they will come. You know what I mean? So I think that through the working is when the others started coming, whether it was a contractor that referred me or, yeah.
Do you feel like in the bakery, because I know that there's a lot of people who are just like, I can't invest in the bakery because I don't have any clients.
Yeah.
Is it chicken or egg?
Yeah. It's a chicken and egg situation for sure. And I was in that very, very same pickle. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
There was it was like, how am I going to be able to pay for this? But I certainly did. And then some very quickly. What happens is that you're probably charging so little, and you don't know how to make money in all the different ways. And so it's hard for you to imagine at this point, how quickly you will be able to pay for that. So I opted, for example, for the, monthly fee, which we talked about. And then I think I've said this before, but, like, I've joked that, like, it's also somebody I found on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell
I know, who is this random person?
And I think and so you're like, is this a scam? Well, first of all, it's not a scam. There's so many of us.
We're legit.
Go ahead and look up my photos, if you will. I think I have some on my Instagram. So, my other bakery friends at High Point. And some of them are far more success stories than me. I'm still, in the beginning stages. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, and then I discovered, speaking to Michelle, that she lives like, a stone's throw from me. And so I joked last time, I was like, worst case scenario, I'll go and slash her tires.
That's right. And you referred your kid's school. My daughter now goes to HTA, which Gaia is the one who introduced me to.
That's right.
You totally could have slashed my tires and kidnapped my child.
Very vindictive. It's the Italian. So yes. So
did you learn?
Yes. You within the first client, you will be able to make up. Probably, unless it was like a teeny tiny room or something that you're not making, but within the first two, then let's say, but you'll immediately start charging far more. So.
And I think you're right about that, because it seems like it's such a stretch. And then now I'm assuming you could look back right now and say, oh, that was nothing in compared to what I've been able to generate from that education.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even take on a job where I made less than what the whole bakery costs. Stage.
I totally agree. Setting your minimums at 10,000 or more is definitely something that's feasible.
Or at least, combining, like, by the time you combine a design fee and what you're making in markups, and
let's see here. Okay, so your Instagram, your Gaia G Interiors, right?
Gaia_G_Interiors. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Nicolita. She just dropped that in. And Meredith asked, you feel like the bakery gave you all the tools to set yourself up behind the scenes as well as client facing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's still things that come up all the time. And it's like, ugh, wait a minute. I mean, it's a very complex business and every project is so completely different. So but you kind of, if you get off path, you know, at least in theory, how to get back on, or you kind of know. But then there's all sorts of like other little things that'll come up, whether it's scope creep or whatever. I mean, there's a million different things, right? It's like, oh, wait a minute, how exactly do I price this? Because this is different. It's not straightforward, you know?
What did you do in that instance? So while you were in the bakery,
Yeah.
And while you were developing those habits and developing those muscles and developing your processes, when you had those questions, what did you do?
Well, I mean, in the bakery itself, we talked about, you know, you can bring this up, you know, in the sessions and the Q&As and everybody's right. And you can always like drop a line in the Facebook group. And then, you know, I also kind of, like I said, I'm lucky because I'm in Dallas and a bunch of people came out. And so I got to meet people early on.
Yeah, that's right. We did the summit.
For the summit. That's right. And that's when I really started to make like a group of friends. And we were still like, we're regularly, I mean, we have our group and almost every day we're asking each other questions like, this is the scenario, help, or, you know, does anybody know where I can get this kind of table, or does it, you know, or, you know, I'm in a pickle. And
it's definitely nice to have that community that carries
even
on
afterwards, yes. But in the bakery, I mean, more than enough opportunity to ask other bakers, to drop a line in the Facebook group, or to ask in the weekly sessions.
Yeah. And what was your experience with Sarah and content and social media marketing?
Sarah,
Master Coach Sarah.
Sarah was probably like my favorite
master coach.
And I am not quite there yet because I've been working so much this year that now my problem is that I got myself into the weeds a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, that happens, but I know what the path is. I'm a little bit off of it because I let myself get far into the weeds, because I did have a hell of a lot of work though, in fairness, you know.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have. So I know in theory how to get back. And for example, my website is temporary. And so that's my biggest priority. I know that if I were to get to a point soon to need help on my social media, Sarah is exactly who I would hire.
Yeah. Yeah. She's the one who does my social media.
Yeah.
And she's just fantastic. Her whole team is
great.
So you feel like right now you're slowing down a little bit, but you have the tools.
It's the end of the year. I do have some little,
but you're not freaking out.
Have some people contacting me and things. Like I said, my current newest client is about to build like a 6,500 square foot ranch, and they've already sent me the plans for it. So if that were to come in, I'm like, for 2 years, I'm
spoken for
a little bit booked.
You can send us the referrals.
Absolutely.
I'll send your referral fee.
I'm also building, I'm building a home office, because this is not,
that's exciting.
Don't look at anything, but I'm building an outside exterior home office.
Oh, that's right. I saw that on
money
Instagram.
for that,
your
by the
husband's
way.
building it.
Yes, my husband. Yeah. But you know, it's still cost. And so, and then, you know, and that's, so I will have a home base. And I know that probably within the next year, my goal is to year and a half, probably, to get an outside space as well. So
that's exciting. That's very exciting. Oh, yay. So Gaia, what would you tell people? I think right now we have a lot of individuals who are kind of like, I'm just starting.
Yeah.
And there's the chicken and the egg. Like, do I invest? Do I wait? I'm not ready yet. Like, what would you say to them, having been in a similar position?
So I think that there are programs out there, maybe, that don't address this. You know, people that are very in their early stages of their business. I think that I've said this before. It's sorry, give me a minute. It's the difference between you getting off and running immediately and you not getting off and running immediately and making a million mistakes and not finding the confidence, not finding the words, not finding, I mean, honestly, like, and Michelle, you even give us words that I've literally used, you know, in my meetings to, you know, when clients push back or whatever, you know, that you would normally get intimidated by or whatever. So I think that it's scary. I mean, it's scary. It's a lot of money.
It is.
But it's absolutely the difference between, I mean, it'll save you years. It'll save you years.
And I think that is the difference between this program and a lot of others. My heart is with the young designers, like $0 to $300,000 revenue. That's my love language. I love this because we make such leaps and bounds changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I have a friend of mine who has a program that talks to people who are, you know, 500,000 or above. And I'm just like, I want to help the people who are just going to flail and transform that process. So I think you're right.
I think there's a hell of a lot to learn. And I mean, I personally, I'm the kind of person that runs the risk of anything that I undertake in my life, anything. I want to know everything immediately. Otherwise, I'm like, forget it.
Yes, you nailed it. You are that way.
Like, I want to know everything immediately and otherwise I'm out.
Right.
And the bakery certainly helped me to do that, so that, you know, I can really talk the talk and walk the walk. And it's not just me, but I mean, like, I have, you know, my other very good friend from the bakery, and we were just together, and we, you know, and I think you kept her on for a while, but I mean, that's somebody who a year ago, or just a little over a year ago, says that she wouldn't walk into a showroom.
Right.
She wouldn't walk into a showroom. She was scared and embarrassed. She's much younger than me. And she's about to go into a decidedly 7-figure year, and is opening showrooms. I mean, it's gnarly. It's unreal watching her while juggling 3 kids.
Yeah. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah. So, you know, and I'll just say that she's just got a few years on me in terms of having started her business earlier, but I'm right behind her.
I'm going to catch you, little girl.
Catch up.
Yeah. And I will say, I think you can speak to this.
Oh, and by the way, I'm not a trained designer. I'm not a formally trained designer either.
Yep. And
I can figure out anything.
It doesn't slow you down, right?
Yeah, I know what to do. I'm resourceful, and the bakery helped me with that very much. And I know what to do, where to get things, how to get them done.
Right.
No one is
enough to be dangerous.
No client has ever asked to stand behind my computer while I draw CAD. So
yeah. What was I going to ask? Oh, I remember. So Gaia, I will say I think I want to make the point that you have to get into the bakery and do the work. So Gaia was really good at her persistence and questions and questions and questions. Like, Gaia always asks questions like, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And you get everything out of the bakery that you also put into it. So while we put a lot into your lap, it's kind of like a gym membership. You can't get a gym membership and get stronger if you don't attend.
Right. You can go to Harvard and Slack and you know, I mean, you know, whatever. So exactly. Or the gym.
We're a lot cheaper than Harvard.
What's that?
We're not as expensive as Harvard.
Not as expensive as Harvard. Yeah. I think you probably get more out of it than you do at Harvard. But
did you do the interior design business process professional?
Yes, I did.
Did you get that? Yeah. Are you putting that up on your next website? Or is
yes,
it on there
I will.
now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. My like I said, my website is like, you know,
well, you've been so busy working.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And I also I didn't want to spend money on that until I had a good body of photography. So, and I will have a lot more by, you know, I do already just had some, and I will have more by the end of the year and then the beginning of next year. So
I'm so excited for you. Like, you're just freaking killing it.
Yeah, thank you. I was published in the Wall Street Journal. How about that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Holy free holies. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
good, good,
And
good. I hope
that
you're
just came
promoting
to me.
that a
So
lot.
sometimes you put it out there and things come. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you just have to, I firmly believe that the universe will conspire to watch you succeed or to help you succeed, but you have to get out there and put that energy. So it's like, if you build it, they will come. But if
Yeah.
you're sitting here playing small and waiting for things to happen, you have to take that first step.
Yeah. And I think most likely, I think if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to participate, or you're going to slack, or then don't do it.
Good. I agree.
Don't do it. I don't think Michelle wants you to, you know what I mean? I mean, there's not been anyone I know of that has not done exponentially better because of the bakery.
Yeah.
Anyone. I don't think anybody is. And so I don't think that you want
it
you
waters
want
down the
that
reputation.
juju in your bakery.
That's right. We just want the people who want to soar.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Is there anything
and that's how it will go. I mean, if you do it and you put in the work, I mean, at the very dang least, you are going to make that money back. If you put the processes to use.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to leave the audience with before we dive into some Q&As? Meredith.
I'm not looking at the chats,
baby.
Awesome. What is that?
Oh, she's might be a little stoked and over caffeinated. You're amongst friends, Meredith.
There, exactly. What are some of the processes that you found outstanding and were not expecting? Outstanding as in excellent or not? I don't totally understand.
Yes, outstanding is excellent.
Oh. Well, I think that, I think that in general, like kind of like that 16-step process, and I've tweaked it a tiny bit.
Oh, absolutely.
As you do for your own needs, but that flow is crucial. That flow is crucial.
Especially as a new designer, because sometimes you don't know which steps go first and sub steps in order. Exactly.
I think the order of the steps really helps to make a lot of sense. And I think that my clients have been very impressed by it. I've really showed them that it's me that's taking them by the hand and leading them. So, that process, and you're saying which one in particular, you're asking me which part. I mean, that's kind of 16-step process that I've tweaked a little bit, is the one that makes you appear to be the expert, know what you're doing. I also really like and continue to follow one of the methods of communication that Michelle introduced me to, about regular follow-ups with my client.
Right.
I implement that, and they've noted how good the communication is.
It's just you're professional instead of a hobbyist at this point.
Yeah.
And
I was not in this to do a hobby, because if I had to be hobbying, then I'd rather just,
be shopping and
working. Schlepping my kids around.
Remind me, or DM Hallie, actually, since you've been out of the bakery, we have an Asana board that has the 16 steps that we can get to you, and you can tweak it.
Yes.
But it is like
I'm looking at them right there on my desktop. It's on my to-do list for like 4 months now.
Oh, good. Okay, well, get that from Hallie.
No, they're on my desktop. I literally have your 16 Asana steps. I can see it right now.
You have our board with the sub steps and the sub
steps, and I just
awesome. Okay, good.
And I just haven't set up my account.
Okay. Well, I think what she means, Gaia, is that now I have it so that you can just upload it into Asana and it's poof there. You don't need to type anything in.
It's a new one. We just introduced it a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
we keep adding shit to the bakery.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, but okay. Well, I'll show you what I have. You tell me if it's the same thing.
It's the same thing that was in a Google Doc, but now it's like a file, and you just open up your Asana and upload it, and poof, it's there.
Awesome. I'm going to be taking that for sure.
It's what you had before on steroids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. And I know that you have some other stuff in the works too, right? For
I
us
do, yeah.
graduates. So we're looking
The
forward to
upper
that.
crust,
Yeah.
less exercises, more practical application as well. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here, Gaia.
Anytime.
I really appreciate it. And
I'm here for you.
any last
I
wise
think
words?
the last thing I could say is that for me personally, and this is not overkill at all for me personally, because of where I was and what, my kind of delays in launching. And I had a lot of fear about launching something. There was a lot of fear. For me, it was absolutely life-changing, absolutely life-changing. So.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy the stuff that we can do in the background of our lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thanks,
All right.
babe. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I'll see you soon.
All right. See you soon. Bye, Hallie.